So coming to the oncology field, there are three major methods, three major therapies when doctors treat tumor patients. There is a surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. Right? In this study, we are looking at a combination of MIME with chemotherapy. Here, the cancer cell was inoculated on mice. This is the animal model study. And that inoculated cell was grown up after 30 days. We observed the tumor growth. The first line, this is without treatment. In 30 days, that inoculated cell grown up like this way. The second group was treated with the chemotherapy. A chemotherapy agent, chemotherapy drug was effective and reduced the tumor growth. But the third group was a combination of chemotherapy agent and MIME. The third group could really suppress the tumor growth, and that was significantly smaller than the other groups. So the combination of chemotherapy drug and MIME is really working together and suppress the tumor growth. Coming to more about the chemotherapy, side effects are always a problem. So in this study, this is an animal model study again, but we looked at those side effects of those drugs combination. Those drugs combinations are used for these types of tumors in Japan as a medical standard. So they're very effective, but it gives the side effects. We looked at the bone marrow cell viability, bone marrow cell life power of healthy mice, and when those drugs combination were given, that life power went down significantly, which are shown by dark gray colors. But when those drugs were given with MIME, such a reduction was a lot less. You see? So this is really showing the great potential of MIME, that MIME can really reduce the side effects of chemotherapy drugs. Then we continue to the human clinical study. This is one great human clinical study reported by a doctor of University of Tokyo. And the patient here was a breast cancer patient undergoing chemotherapy, and so anthracycline and taxane combination. And the dosage here of MIME was 3 grams per day. This is like a normal dosage for such a tumor treatment, therapeutic dosage. 3 grams of MIME corresponds to 6 soft gels per day. We looked at the number of many different blood chemistry, and we have 2 groups. One was without MIME, only chemotherapy drugs. The second group was the chemotherapy drugs with MIME. And we looked at the number of neutrophils here. And without MIME, the number of neutrophils really went down. This is a sign of side effects. With MIME, they could maintain the number of neutrophils. And the difference was significant. And more, as a clinical outcome for the doctors and patients, this is we're looking at the number of usage of this particular type of injection drug. Doctors needed to use this injection drug sometimes. And this is a number in control group without MIME. Doctors needed to inject this drug at this level. But with MIME, doctors could reduce the usage of this drug significantly. So this is really economically very good effect as well. By using MIME, we can reduce the usage of expensive drugs. Okay, as a conclusion, the doctors from University of Tokyo said shows the beneficial effects of MIME they may increase the intensity of chemotherapy and achieve a better clinical outcome. Okay, here's a study I mentioned about HPV. This is an exciting study. The study was done by Dr. Smith in University of Texas in the United States. And she started this study when she was at the MD Anderson Cancer Center. This is one of the top cancer centers in the United States. Coming to HPV. It's an important topic because it's related to cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is third common cancer in women worldwide. And we know that 99% of cervical cancer is caused by HPV infection. So HPV, human papillomavirus, is called in other words, cervical cancer virus. So, being positive, being infected with this HPV, especially with a higher risk type of HPV for longer time, chronically is a really high risk of generating cervical cancer. But at the moment, say for example, you're not cervical cancer, but you're infected with HPV. What would you do? There is no ultimate cure or drug treatment for HPV infection. Of course, we have an HPV vaccine available, but that mainly for prevention. And also, 2 years ago, the Japanese government, the Ministry of Health, officially announced that they don't recommend HPV infection at the moment, or HPV vaccine at the moment, because of 2 serious side effects. There are some girls who cannot get up after the vaccination. So that's the situation. But this is viral infection. In that sense, Dr. Smith tried MIME on such a virus infection. Because MIME is helping our body and helping our body, supporting our immune system, inducing our natural defense mechanism. So our body may be able to get rid of such HPV. So she started from the very preliminary study. The subject's number was only 10 women. But those 10 women had been positive, infected with HPV over 1 year, chronically. That is a higher risk. Since those 10 women have started taking MIME, within 3 months, 50% of them could eradicate HPV, cleared up HPV. That's a wonderful number. Even it was a very small scale study, it was taken, this study results were taken as a science breaking news on television network in the United States, on ABC News and on Fox News. And we have a recording of this ABC News, so I would like to show you that video. Would you play that video, please?
Human papillomavirus, or HPV, is linked to more than 99% of all cervical cancer cases. But there's no effective medicine or supplement to treat HPV. Now, a potentially huge scientific discovery. New research shows a supplement made from a mushroom extract may help eliminate HPV infections.
Along with a pap smear, doctors routinely test for the human papillomavirus.
HPV is present in 60 to 80% of all women at some time in their life. So it's a very common infection to have.
Once a woman tests positive, all doctors can do is monitor them for early signs of cancer. Now, new research is pointing to a popular over-the-counter supplement to clear this infection. Dr. Judith Smith says the shiitake mushroom extract modulates the immune system to kill off infections as well as inhibit tumor growth.
About 80% of women who test positive for an HPV infection are able to clear the virus in about a year. In this small study, about 50% of participants cleared their HPV infections within 3 months.
In this short time, it looks like this is better than the natural progression of HPV.
Gynecologist Dr. Stephen Reagan says more research needs to be done before he would recommend his patients take the supplement. But he says decades of research have shown this compound appears to be safe.
I think that this is one of those things that's in the category of couldn't hurt. Hopefully this study gets enough people enrolled where this will become something that we can all embrace and be comfortable to recommend.
And the next step for this research, a randomized double-blind phase 2 clinical trial which has just gotten underway at UT Health. The study is expected to follow participants for 6 months of treatment.
It was great news, great news. I love it. But she said at the end that about the newer study, right? Recently, Dr. Smith has acquired the National Research Grant from NIH, National Institute of Health in the United States. That was the very first case such a mushroom-based natural ingredient acquired NIH grant on this kind of study. So by using that National Research Grant, she's carrying out a larger high-level study, and we are hoping to get good results within a year. So I hope to come back here again and present the latest data after that. Okay. All right. Are you doing okay? Not bored yet? Okay. So another study from Poland. That was Dr. Shalush used MIME on this kind of very difficult systemic tumor, neuroendocrine tumor. The treatment therapy he used was this kind of injection drug. And this injection drug can capture the radioisotope here, and this part can bind to the surface of this tumor specifically with affinity. So by injecting this radioisotope drug, the drug comes to the surface of the tumor and emits the radiation and kills that tumor. But of course, the radiation will be emitted to the surrounding tissues, so we have side effects. So here's the results. We had two groups. One group was without MIME. Second group was with MIME. Without MIME, doctors could only use 5.57 gigabecquerels. This is a unit of radioactive substances, right? This radioisotope. With this injection of radioisotope, there was a significant decrease of white blood cells, lymphocytes, B cells, T cells, and NK cells, greatly reduced. This is a side effect of such a radioisotope radiation. Now, with MIME, Dr. Shalush could increase that injection drug almost three times higher. He could use 14.8 gigabecquerels. And also, he has seen those white blood cells number are maintained. They could maintain the number of T cells and NK cells. So even for such a radioisotope injection, the side effects are reduced. Right? Okay. This is another study reported by a Japanese doctor done in the Kansai Medical University, looking at the pancreatic tumor. Pancreatic tumor is well known to be a kind of difficult silent tumor. So most cases, when patients are diagnosed as a pancreatic tumor, they are at the later stage. So we had two groups, one with MIME, and the other one was without MIME, and it was 8 weeks, 2 months. And the dosage in this study was as this was a pancreatic tumor, dosage was higher, 6 grams per day, which corresponds to 12 soft gels per day. And the patients were undergoing chemotherapy, Genzyme. So one group was with chemotherapy without MIME, and the other one was chemotherapy with MIME. Okay. As a result, we are looking at the inflammation marker, C-reactive protein. With taking MIME, that could reduce the inflammation significantly compared to the without MIME group. And next one, we are looking at the serum albumin level. In the control group, there was a great reduction of serum albumin. This is a side effect of chemotherapy. But with MIME, they could maintain the number of serum albumin, and the results were significant. More importantly, we looked at the disease control rate. In MIME group, 88% could control the disease, and without MIME, 56% could control the disease. And that there was a significant difference, even in this kind of pancreatic tumor. Okay, here's a last study I am going to show you tonight. This is the one related to the nutrigenomics. So this is a great potential mechanism study we are looking at right now. The study was reported by Dr. Matao from University of Ottawa in Canada. She's looking at the breast cancer stem cell. Cancer stem cell is kind of very hot topic in oncology field, and it is known that cancer stem cell is related, associated in every initiation stage in any types of cancer. Or it's also related in the recurrence of any types of cancer stem cell. And cancer stem cell is not cancer. Cancer stem cell is a stem cell, so it's going to be proliferated, it's called a transited, how to say? It's going to be modified, and that's going to be the cancer cell, right? So controlling such a proliferation, reducing that proliferation from cancer stem cell to cancer cell is very important. And she looked at the MIME's effect on such a proliferation. On different types of a breast cancer stem cell, MIME could reduce such a proliferation significantly. But that's not all. Moreover, she looked at the responsible protein and responsible gene expression that is controlling such a cancer stem cell proliferation. And she found out there's a certain microRNA type of gene expression that is increased more than 2 times by MIME. That is changing such a proliferation from cancer stem cell to cancer cell. So we are looking at a great new potential mechanism of such MIME can work on gene expression by nutrigenomics and works on the disease prevention. So here's a summary about MIME. You know immunity very well now. So MIME is good for immune optimization and good for health maintenance and good for infection prevention and works on the infection clearance as well, including HPV. And it can reduce the inflammation greatly and works on the intestinal flora as well. And using oncology, side effects are greatly reduced by MIME in chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and radioisotope injection, and quality of life is improved. And we are looking at a new potential mechanism of MIME, working on the disease prevention by nutrigenomics. So this is a wonderful best choice product for your health. So as I said, MIME was developed 30 years ago, and we have accumulated really like lot studies, right? So tonight I could introduce only limited, selected numbers of studies. We have a lot of studies. I can really keep talking 2 weeks ago in Germany, I actually talked about MIME in front of medical doctors, and I kept talking for 6 hours. So we are in this MIME Research Association, we are so excited about this ingredient, and we have a great enthusiasm in continuing this research on MIME. We are still looking at a new application, a new mechanism about MIME. So we are very confident this ingredient is really beneficial and works for our health. But in this research association, we are not able to deliver this great ingredient to the people, to the world, right? It is you. You. So I'm really counting on you. I'm very thankful for you that you are delivering this great ingredient to the people and delivering the health to the earth. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fernando. Please remain on the stage. And right now, we would like to have a token of appreciation by Mr. Ethan Wang for the great speech.
感谢我们的讲师啊，最后呢，但是留步，因为他们公司也准备了一份小小的庆祝给他，在这里啊，